Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode number 47 here. How to profit from Shopify stores that might not even be profitable. Now, this is not going to be a crazy in-depth episode. This is honestly a very simple concept, but we did want to make this real quick because, mainly because this is something that I never even thought about doing. Like we've tried to do this. I don't think we've ever actually done it successfully, which is kind of ironic that we're making an episode about it. But we know a lot of people who've done this. I've talked to what reminded me of this was I just one of our old students replied to one of my emails and was telling me about what he was up to, and he did this. And yeah, it's a good way to just get some extra money. Like if you're working hard on ecom and it's not working, I think really where this makes sense is if you've been working on a store for a little while that is producing revenue and you're making sales, you're doing maybe somewhat decent volume, but it's just like not profitable and you just cannot get it to the point where it's actually producing, relatively decent profits to the point where you could actually start putting some of that in your bank account and have it start like actually positively affecting your life. If you're in that situation, then what you can do, drum roll please, you can sell the store. You can sell the freaking Shopify store, even if it's not that profitable, even if it's not anywhat profitable. I've seen people do it. The dude I was just talking to earlier via email. I want to say that he did 45K in total revenue and like not profitable, like barely profitable at all. And he did like 15K the month before he sold it. And he sold it for like 9 or 10K. He got $9,000 or $10,000 just like straight. Probably minus the fee that whatever Shopify exchange or Empire Flippers or whatever they charge. But he ran a store for like 3 months, didn't really make any money from it, and then sold it and made like 10 grand. That's pretty solid.
Is that our boy Nico?
I think it was actually. I think it was Nico. Let me check.
So when I saw this topic, I was thinking I gotta reach out to Nico. I want to hear what he's doing.
Yeah, so total revenue of 45K, 15K the month before he sold it, and he sold it for 9.5. Let's see if he said anything about the profitability of it. Yeah, he didn't tell me exactly how profitable it was. I know that his store was somewhat profitable, and I think that's probably why he was able to get as much as he did. That's pretty crazy. Like for a store of that size, getting like basically getting 1/4 in cash of your total revenue that you've done, like that's pretty wild, honestly. So I bet that he had some profits. But we actually did so way back in the day, this is probably like a little over a year ago. Actually, no, it's probably like a year and a half ago now. We had a Facebook ads newsletter called Ads Eldorado. It was pretty short-lived. It was a partnership with our boy Ads Alchemist. And that didn't end up being around for very long. But one of the issues we talked about this exact topic was basically how you can sell Shopify stores even if they're not even profitable. And he was the one that had experience doing that. So we've done this. We've tried to do it. Scotty, we never actually sold any of those stores though, did we?
No, we never got a decent offer. A few people that were interested, but probably not that serious.
Yeah, I think that we probably could have done that if we were actually like trying to do it seriously, but we were just like, yeah, we're shutting down these stores. Like we may as well just throw them up there, see what we can get for them, whatever. But yeah, we never actually we listed them, but we never actually sold them. But our boy Ads Alchemist, he said he did that like multiple times back when he was just first getting started, and he was able to get like a couple grand like for each of these stores, which it's better than zero. Like if you're going to put all this work into a store, you may as well see if you can sell it. And the places that you're going to do that, if you're looking to do that, I think Shopify Exchange is probably the most direct one because that integrates directly with Shopify. I believe the Shopify Exchange is just an app. It's a Shopify app that you download, put on your store, and then it walks you through and you can list the store that way. There's also other websites, Empire Flippers. What's the other one? Flippa. Yeah, Empire Flippers and Flippa. And yeah, if you got a store that has done some decent revenue, what would you say, Scotty, is like the point where that actually makes sense? Like what point in total revenue?
I guess it depends where you're at financially. If you're an investment banker, cashing 25K a month, and your store's done 5K revenue, probably doesn't make sense to try and sell it for 2 to 3K. Whereas if you're a college student with that same 5K rev store, if you can get 1, 2, 3K for it, that'd be pretty fucking dope for the broke college student. So it kind of
That's a lot.
depends on
That's a
your,
lot of beer. That's a lot of beer right
that is a lot of beer. That is a lot of future ad testing, is what you meant to say.
there.
But yeah, I think it just kind of depends on your overall financial situation. Any store that has done like 5, 10, 20K revenue, even if not profitable, I think has potential to be sold. It's very hit or miss from what I've seen, but you just have nothing to lose by listing it and seeing if you can get a couple grand for it.
Yeah. So I have these notes up. I want to walk through a few of the things that our boy Ads Alchemist recommended that you do. I'm just gonna run through these super quickly. It's really like kind of common sense. Like there's not a whole lot of like, I don't know, like super crazy, unexpected, valuable tips in here. But he says to have an enticing title. That's, pretty pretty standard, I would say. Start your bid low, but your buy it now price high. So it really like, I think if you like to try to get an idea of what your store is valued at, you should just go and like search through Shopify Exchange, Empire Flippers, and Flippa, and try to find comparable stores that have comparable numbers and see what they're going for. Um, and then I think another big thing that he mentioned was having like bonuses. So bonuses, like I think probably the one that makes the most sense is some sort of like post-purchase integration help where you're going to help them, get everything set up, transition everything over. You'll work with them for like a week or two to walk them through everything, educate them on what they're buying and, what they should be doing to try to increase the results, et cetera, et cetera. Um, he says to only accept Flippa escrow if you're doing it on Flippa. So I think that kind of relieves you from if there's any sketchy things that go on with the payment, someone's trying to scam you or something. If it goes into Flippa escrow, then you shouldn't have too many problems with that because you can file a dispute. I would assume that Shopify Exchange has something similar to that. Here's a great one. Don't lie. Make your listing attractive, but don't cross the line into lying about your store situation. That's some good advice. And be responsive. Reply to all the people, reply fast. And yeah, I mean, those are some of the main tips.
We could have done a better job on that last one.
What? Be responsive? Yeah,
Yeah.
we when we were trying to sell our stores, we just like I don't even know. Like I was checking the email like once every like day or two. And yeah, we were definitely not getting back to people as soon as possible. I do wish that we were able to sell at least one of them. Because like last year we went through a point where we were running a bunch of different stores and then we had like the main brand that we're running now that was doing really, really well. And at one point we decided to just shut down all the other stores and just focus on the brand. And then we listed like 2 or 3 of them on Shopify Exchange and Flippa, I think. And I mean, we got offers and stuff, but it was also, I don't know, there was some sketchiness with one of the stores we were running was just like, it was just a little sketchy. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but it was a little sketchy. That's kind of part of the reason that we shut it down. And I don't think people found that very attractive when they were considering buying it.
It's a little aggressive in the marketing.
Yeah, it was a little aggressive. That's a better way to put it. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's basically it. Like, if you have a store that you've been running that's done revenue, but not a whole lot of profit, and you're ready to pack up and move on, like, give it a shot. There's really no downside. There's literally no reason not to. Might be able to walk away with a couple grand, which, depending on the situation you're in, could be pretty big. Could be pretty big for you. So I just wanted to talk about that because I literally never thought about doing that. Like, I don't know. I never thought about that. So
Yeah.
maybe some of y'all hadn't thought about it, but now you do. Now you're thinking about it. Now you can do it.
That's really the whole key to this episode. There's not anything super valuable we have to share. It's just like, hey, if you're in this situation, like, do this.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Let us know if you do that. Let us know in Telegram. Let us know if we turned you on to a very, very simple idea that put a couple grand in your pocket. We'd love to hear.
How about that for making the $9 a week subscription worthwhile?
Oh, dude, I mean that'd pay for it freaking for 3 years at least. There you go. All right, folks. Well, that's it for this one. In the next one, we'll be talking to you about. We'll make it a surprise. We'll make it a surprise. It's not really a surprise because you're probably looking at the freaking link to it right now. But we'll talk to you there.